Are you struggling with running multiple asynchronous tests in Swift? It can be really frustrating when some tests pass while others fail unexpectedly. If this sounds like you, stick around because we're going to unravel this mystery together. I totally get it. You write your tests, they work perfectly fine on their own, but when you run them all together, chaos ensues. You're not alone in this. Many developers face similar issues with asynchronous testing. Let's dive into the specific question at hand. One user asked about running multiple tests that each check the same asynchronous method, but with different parameters. They found that while each test works fine individually, running them all together leads to crashes and failures. Sound familiar? Let's explore this further. So what's going on here? The issue often lies in how expectations are managed in asynchronous tests. When you declare an expectation, you need to ensure that it is fulfilled correctly without overlapping with other tests. Let's break this down. And don't go anywhere. I'll share some key insights at the end that could save you a lot of headaches when dealing with asynchronous tests. To address the issue with multiple asynchronous tests, the user should first ensure that each test method has its own unique expectation. This prevents conflicts when tests are run together. Next, the user should avoid calling fulfill on the same expectation multiple times within a single test. This can lead to the errors observed. Instead, ensure that fulfill is called only once per expectation. The user should also consider using a separate expectation for each asynchronous call within the same test. This way, each call can be tracked independently, reducing the chance of conflicts. Finally, the user should review the timeout settings for their expectations. If the expectations are not fulfilled within the specified timeout, it can lead to unexpected failures. Fun fact, did you know that the first automated tests were run on paper? Imagine debugging with a pencil and eraser. Thankfully, we've come a long way since then. Now, let's look at the answers provided by other users. The user suggests refactoring the test code to avoid multiple calls to the fulfill method of expectations. They emphasize that each expectation should only be fulfilled once. If multiple fulfillments are necessary, they recommend setting the expected fulfillment count property. That's the end of that answer. Let's see another perspective. An alternative approach suggests that you can wait for multiple expectations in your tests. The method signature for this is wait for XC test expectation, timeout, time interval. This allows you to manage multiple expectations effectively. Additionally, there's a version of this method that ensures expectations are fulfilled in the same order they appear in the array. This can help maintain the flow of your tests. Let's check out another perspective from a different user. An alternative solution suggests that when using multiple tests in one XC test case, you should use XC test expectation instead of expectation. This change can help avoid issues like API violation errors that occur when expectations are shared across tests. Here's a pro tip. Always isolate your tests as much as possible. This not only helps with asynchronous testing, but also makes your tests more reliable overall. And there you have it. With these strategies, you should be able to run your asynchronous tests smoothly. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe for more tips and tricks on testing and development.